Hey y'all, and welcome to the Liberty Loving Kitchen, where the first ingredient is always love. I'm your host, Barrett Patton, and with me today, as usual, is my dad, Patrick Patton.
Hello.
And today, we are going to take y'all through the entire process of how we smoke our own garlic here at home. And the prep is not that complicated, so let's get started.
It is not. We use, sometimes we'll use whole garlic cloves or, with all the wrapping still on it. But this time, and usually when I'm doing a whole bunch, I will cheat and buy Spice World fresh peeled garlic. So it's already ready to chop up, mince, whatever you want to do with it. This is a very pretty one. So before we smoke it, anyway, this is 4 packs. 24 ounces of garlic, and you drizzle just a little bit of olive oil on there, not too much. We'll stir it up here, mix it up a little bit, get a little coat of olive oil and everything, and then we'll take it outside to the smoker. So when we're smoking it, to get the most smoke possible on here, we've already preheated our smoker. We're going to smoke it at 200 degrees for 2 hours. And you can do longer. Sometimes I do longer if I want to dry it out more. But today I'm trying, I've always done it in aluminum foil and just smoked it that way. Today I got some silicone like netting. It's for cooking on, non-stick, and I'm gonna figure with the holes, and we spread it on there, should get more smoke flavor into it, hopefully. So we're going to move out to the smoker here. So we'll see you back here in just a second. All right, we're out here at the smoker now, and we're getting ready to put on the garlic onto the smoker. What we're going to do is we've got the
Silicone mats.
Our silicone mats that are mesh, in order to hopefully get as much smoke onto the garlic as possible. Now I'm just going to take this and pull these directly out onto the mat. Mats.
And our smoker is heated up to 200 degrees.
That is 200 degrees. We will smoke these at 200 degrees for
2 hours.
2 hours. So we'll spread these out to get the maximum surface area in the smoke. And we're good. Smoker's already heated up and smoking. And we'll see you inside.
But for now, don't forget to smash that like button.
Smash that like button!
What he said. Leave us the comment down in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. And share this video anywhere and everywhere. We'll see y'all in just a little bit on the Liberty Loving Kitchen. Okay, we are back. It's been about 2 hours. And it's time to pull our garlic off of the smoker.
Ooh-wee. That's a garlic. Now, shoot, that's the second piece I lost. So I'm going to take the garlic in the mat, not too hot. Drop it into my bucket here. I'll move this one over here so you can see it better. Audience. And here we go. So you can see how it's been smoked for the last couple hours. It's kind of got a squishy texture now. So we got this turned off. And we'll head back in.
Alright, we'll see you in just a second.
Okay, we've moved our garlic from the smoker back to the kitchen. you can see the nice smoky color, which just means the garlic's now brown. I'm going to place it back on these mats, and in order to turn this into powder, I'm going to have this pretty dry. Now you can have this smoke, and if you wanted to stop here and just chop it up, you could mince it, and you'd have smoked minced garlic. But that's not what I'm going for. I'm going for
he's going for smoked garlic powder, which he's going to show you.
Don't mess up my suspense. They were in suspense until you said that.
Well,
this is what this will be when we're done. This is smoked garlic that I've made in the past. And actually last time I made a ton. This whole jar was filled and another jar was filled. So this is probably maybe a third of what I did on this time. But it'll last a long time, and I use a lot of garlic. But so what I'm going to need to do to make this a powder is to slowly dry it. So now I'm going to move it into the oven, which I've got preheating to 170 degrees. And I'll put this on one rack and kind of spread it out a little bit. So far these mats, I think I mentioned I hadn't used these before, are working very well. I think that nothing sticks. This garlic, I used to do it on aluminum foil, and the aluminum foil, this would stick to it pretty good. So it's always kind of a chore to move this from one thing to another. But so far this has worked very well for my purposes. And being a mesh, the mesh lets the air flow better around it. So we should end up with, it should dry faster, and I think it should have gotten more smoky flavor on it because the smoke doesn't have to go around the pan, it just comes straight up through. So anyway, so we're going to let this dry for a little bit, and we'll check back in as we go through it, and once we think we've got it dry enough, we'll chop it up with the food processor. But anyway, we'll be back.
in the meantime, don't forget to smash that like button.
You gotta smash it!
Don't smash it that hard. Subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video.
You've got to subscribe to it.
That's better. Leave us a comment down in the comment section.
You got to leave us a comment.
And share.
Share it, yeah!
Bye, y'all. Alright, we're back, and we had our smoked garlic in the oven for about 3 hours just to get it real nice and dried out. So we've taken it out, and what we're going to do now is just chop it up a little bit more and then put it back in the oven to dry it out even further.
It's got to be really dry to make it into powder. So it's still a little soft and kind of spongy. You can see that? It's a little spongy, so it takes a long time to get it really dry. So it'll dry faster in smaller pieces. So I've not tried this before. I'm going to use my pizza rocker knife. And I thought it's not really sharp enough. So I'll just use my regular knife and just start cutting this into some smaller pieces. And the smaller pieces will dry out much faster than the bigger pieces. And then once we get it dry enough, we're going to run it through the food processor and keep drying it until it's nothing but a dry powder. And the temperature, we've been drying this on convection, so that the fan is running, which should enhanced drying, I would assume, but at 170 degrees, like I said, on convection. So that will hopefully speed the drying process, but it takes a while. There we go. That's a good bit better here. So I'm going to put all this back on my mesh. I never remember what.
Silicone mat.
Silicone, yeah. Mesh silicone mat. And then spread it out. Get good airflow, hopefully. And that's one. And we'll do this one. We probably have several more hours before this is going to be dry. But you can't smell it obviously, but it's got a nice aroma to it, or I think it does. If you like garlic, I like garlic a lot and use a lot of garlic when I use garlic. Most anything called for garlic, I will usually add more than what is called for. Sometimes substantially more. Yeah, the smoked garlic's got a really unusual, it's kind of, like I said, it's very spongy. It doesn't, maybe oils, I'm not sure what that is, but it's got a different texture to it. Have you feel that? Squish it.
That does feel different. It's very soft and squishy.
Fishy?
Squishy.
Oh, squishy, yeah. Did you wash your hands?
No.
Okay. So we'll take all these. Put them back in the oven. And we'll check back in with you in just a few hours. Like I said, don't really know how long it's going to take, but it takes until it's dry.
Alright, we'll see y'all later.
Okay, welcome back to the final segment of us turning garlic cloves into garlic powder. We've been drying the garlic again in the stove for many hours. You'll notice my sidekick is gone. He abandoned me for the evening, but we'll try to make do for this short segment without him. First step is we're going to get this out of the oven, and you can see what we've got going on with the dry garlic cloves. And one thing using this screen I found out, this is the first time I've done it with a screen, is when it gets to a certain size, it likes to fall through. Now my work surface is clean, so I'm going to put that back in there. And that's a little bit warm. baking sheet on the bottom to get the pieces that fell through the screen, which I will add. Now, hopefully we're dry enough, or all we're going to do now is add a little bit of this to our food processor. And we're going to hit it and chop it up and hopefully turn it into a garlic dust. My wheel spun off. So with that made that in there. Now it takes a fair bit of chopping to get this into a powder. But if you're persistent, you'll get there. It likes to stick a little bit because it's still a little bit sticky. You can see here, we're not quite there yet, but I'm going to pour a little bit out and show you what we're working with so far. It's still got a little bit to go before we're going to be able to chop it all up. But hopefully you can see that. Until there's still some small pieces in there. We'll put it back in here. And continue to let it do its work. Now, there may be a better way to chop this up into powder. And actually, if you know of one, I would appreciate you leaving a comment and let us know how you would recommend it. We're getting pretty close now, but there's still some pretty decent chunks in there. Tell you what, I think I'm going to try now that I've got these screens. I'm going to pour some out here. Onto my mat and sift some through there Then I can concentrate on the, well, made a mess there, didn't we? Try it this way. Yeah, there's a little better. You can still see the big pieces we've got right there. And let's pull some of that. We'll sift this again. I'll just fold this up and kind of protect the side so it doesn't come out, and shake it around. So that's a pretty good powder coming out there. There we go, and you can see what we got left there. Goes back in there. There's still some chunks in there. I may run it all through, but I want to get the biggest pieces here first. So I'll put this back together and we'll chop these bigger pieces up. Getting better. I'll put that and put this back in there. Oh yeah, we're getting there. I'm going to put the rest of this back in there. And what I'm going to do is set this to run. And I am probably just going to let that run for a few minutes. You can even walk away as long as you're not concerned about your food processor bouncing a lot. Oh yeah. Now I've probably got close to 12 hours of drying after smoking this, but you can see we've got a pretty nice powder here. I'm going to go ahead and transfer this into my container and let you get a better shot of it. Don't notice any big pieces in there. And if you get a little piece there, here or there. It's not the end of the world, but. And this was 4 6-ounce bags of already peeled garlic, cloves. And this is about 1.5 pint mason jar. And we're probably going to fill it up to about a pint. Just short of a pint. So there we have it. Hopefully you can see that. That is smoked garlic powder that we smoked ourselves. We dried it and chopped it up. So I'll keep that in the refrigerator. I don't know that it needs to be kept in the refrigerator. I just always have. So we'll keep this in the refrigerator, and this should last a good several months. We eat a lot of garlic around here, but anyway, we appreciate you watching. If you would, please like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell. And we will see you next time on the Liberty Lovin' Kitchen, where the first ingredient is always love. Thanks for watching.